Okay, so hi everyone. I hope you're all doing fabulous this evening. My name is Lisa Faciola and I work with the kids and the youth programs at the HAEA. Very excited to have you guys join us for tonight's webinar. Tonight's webinar is all about cookies for HAE. I would like to introduce you to our special guest, Dana. Dana is 9 years old and she is from Colorado. She is the founder of Cookies4HAEA. Do you want to introduce yourself, Dana?
Okay. Hi, I'm Dana. I'm 9 years old and I'm a fourth grader in Boulder, Colorado. And I'm the founder of Cookies4HAEA. If you have any questions after this webinar, you can email me at info@cookies4HAEA.com.
Wonderful. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how Cookies4HAEA got started and where you got the idea?
Okay. So I used to go to speech therapy, and one of my friends from speech therapy was Mila. And then Mila got sick with a rare and fatal disease called Batten. I felt super sad and scared. And then we started selling cookies to help fund research into Batten. Our first goal was $1,000. Took 3 months, and then we just kept on going. We started a GoFundMe page. We found more kids who wanted to help us, and we held lots and lots of more cookie pop-ups. And at the end of the year, we had raised $56,000. And that money helped fund the first ever cure for Mila's form of Batten. Being part of the effort to save Mila's life was one of the happiest moments in my life. Now, I also had another friend, Ollie. Ollie goes to my school and has a disease called PANS. We've been raising money for 2 years so far, and we've raised over $40,000. We've sent the money to the Stanford PANS Clinic, and they used that money to hire a postdoc researcher.
And you've expanded your Cookies4HAEA family, is that right?
Yes. So a while ago, last year it was just cookies for Mila and cookies for PANS, but this year we're adding cookies for SMA and cookies for HAE.
Wow, that's really exciting. So tell us a little bit more about how much you've raised total and all the cookies you've baked and everything that goes into it.
All right, so I'll tell you some fun facts. In total, we've raised $102,648, and we've baked 15,794 cookies and counting. Actually, I made more than 200 cookies this week, so I'll need to change that number.
Yeah, wow. And you've helped a lot of families along the way.
Yeah, and we are an organization of about 100 families, and because you all are here, that number needs to change too.
Definitely. So tell us about Cookies for HAE.
Well, so I'm so excited you all are here, and because every Cookies4HAEA campaign is a team effort, and now I'll tell you about the cookie pop-up.
Awesome. What is a cookie pop-up?
All right, so the number one way that we tell people about rare diseases and raise money is through cookie pop-ups. A cookie pop-up is like a bake sale, but with no prices. That's why we call them cookie pop-ups and not bake sales. Cookie pop-ups are great for advocacy and for fundraising. We tell people about Cookies4HAEA and the research we're funding. We try to get people to care about us and the kids we're helping, and we get them really excited about our project. And then we say, take what you want, leave what makes your heart feel good. And we hope our stories make them feel generous.
Has it been pretty successful?
Yes, it has.
Wow. So tell us about those 3 important things that you need for a cookie pop-up.
All right, so you need lots of things, but the 3 most important ones are cookies, kids, and customers. So for cookies, we usually bring between 300 and 500 cookies, but you guys can start smaller than that. We try to have at least 5 different types, but more is usually better, and you guys can also lower that number. Even though we call them cookie pop-ups, we usually also bring brownies and Rice Krispies. because people really like those. It's really important to have kids sell the cookies. People really like to buy cookies to help kids. It's because we are so cute and grown-ups love to help kids change the world. And now for customers. You want lots and lots and lots of customers. To have a lot of customers, you need to hold your cookie pop-up in a place with lots of people. And then you need to talk to as many of them as possible. My friends and I will go over around our cookie pop-up and tell people about Cookies for Cures and send them to the cookie table. We try not to harass people, but we do kind of chase them down. I don't think grown-ups could do this, but we are so cute, so it's okay.
Definitely. So what else do you need for a great cookie pop-up?
So here are the other things you'll need. Location. So you're going to want a location that has high traffic, places to stop and talk to people, and it has to be legal. So not in public spaces, so like it usually can't be in a public park. Some locations that we've done that work very well are in front of a grocery store, an indoor sports stadium, kids' concerts, churches, and in front of an ice cream store. You need to ask permission beforehand and be sure to give your host some free cookies as a thank you. Now you'll also want signs. You want a big sign saying cookie pop-up, like this one. And the sign saying Cookies for HAE. We don't have any of those yet. Otherwise, I would show you one. You might also want a gluten-free sign and a vegan sign, if you can get those. The signs are important. They help people with food preferences find the cookies they can eat. We don't recommend accommodating allergies because home kitchens can't be legally allergen-free, and someone could get really sick. And then you're also gonna want a money box. Now, we used to use this old wrapped shoebox, but now we have super awesome ones, and they're painted, and they have a picture of whoever we're raising money for, or you, and it would say Cookies for HAE. And then you're also going to want paper bags. We have a stack of brown paper lunch bags, and we tell people to go shopping. Lots of people take several cookies and leave a nice sized donation. Then you're also going to want paper towels. They're like napkins, but they don't blow away. And then mini tugs. These are new for us, but they're really awesome. We put a few on the table so people can use them to pick up cookies without using their hands. And then we also have handouts. These tell about Cookies for Cures and your disease. And so they're really nice for starting a conversation. And if someone doesn't get cookies, they still learn about Cookies for Cures and your disease. And then also advertise. This isn't really necessary if you're in a high traffic area, but we often post on social media, Nextdoor, and email groups when we're gonna have a cookie pop-up. And then you're also gonna want water and snacks. These are for you and the kids that are helping to sell. It's a lot of work, and when you hang out with so many cookies, you get really, really hungry. Do not eat all of the cookies. If you eat all the cookies, then how are you gonna get money?
Good point. But it helps to have some on hand so you can snack afterwards, right?
Yeah. So our rule is sell first, snack later. Sometimes if my mom is nice, she lets us set aside a cookie that we want, and so that we don't sell all of the thing we want to eat. Don't worry about wrapping each cookie or displaying the cookies in fancy containers. Tupperware and paper plates are great.
Awesome. I love it. You have this all perfectly laid out. So how do you get people to donate?
You need to talk to them. I know that this can be scary, hard, and you might just feel like someone is definitely going to be mean to you, but Most people are actually super nice.
But what is your number one sales tip?
You want to sell a story, not a cookie. It's really easy to think that you're selling cookies, but I want to remind you, you are not selling cookies. You're selling a story about hope. Tell people about your disease. Help people understand why you need to fund research. Offer them cookies in exchange for a donation of their choosing. And thank them no matter what their generosity looks like.
I love that. That's an excellent tip. So how do you get bigger donations?
So these are the most important things for big donations: trust, connection, and urgency. So trust, it means that people will believe that the money that they give you will go to the cause you say it will. Connection means that the person you are talking to likes you and cares about your fundraiser. Urgency means that sooner is better than later. So like having a deadline helps with that one. And then one of the best ways to have all of this is to set up your cookie pop-up in a space where people know you. The more you can be local, the better.
And so how do you bake so many cookies?
With love. Baking can be scary if you've never done it before, but it's not hard. You can use a mix or bake from scratch. The most important thing is that you make your cookies with love. Oh, and don't burn them.
Definitely a good tip. So tell us some of your top baking tips.
So if you bake from scratch, they'll taste great. So my top tips are: read the recipe ahead of time, put butter out the night before, mix the wet ingredients in one bowl, the dry ingredients in another bowl, then mix the bowls together. You want to chill your dough, so like before you bake it, you want to put it in the fridge, and then if your cookies are getting like really soft, before you actually put it into the oven, you put it into the freezer. Oh, sorry, the first part didn't make sense. So after you've made the dough, you put it into the fridge.
Got it.
All right, so then line the cookie sheets with parchment paper, and then take the cookies out of the oven when the edges just start to brown. Mostly cookies are made from butter, sugar, and flour. It's pretty hard to make them taste bad. And yeah, don't burn them.
Good tips. Oops.
My very first cookies were just as yummy as the ones that I make right now. Even though we've perfected some recipes over time, they're still so easy. All right, so now these are fancy pants M&Ms, chocolate chips, except that we put M&Ms on them. And so I think that if you do this in the tips, it's gonna, Lisa, that's what it's called, right?
Yep. So we have put together a whole cookie baking tips and tricks and a step-by-step how-to guide that I'll talk about in just another minute. But Dana's Fancy Pants cookies recipe is in that tips and tricks guide that we have.
Add M&Ms, then right before you put them into the oven, you just press the M&Ms into the cookie.
Awesome. Sounds good. And so what are some other ways that you get donations?
All right, you also can do a red wagon sales. I love red wagon sales because you can organize one in one day. This is how we did our early fundraisers, and I still do them when the weather is nice. We fill up a wagon with cookies, and then we take it door to door in our neighborhood. Lots of neighbors know us, and they like getting cookies from us. And then we also do cookie drives. This is when we let people make orders, and then we deliver them in person around the town. Usually we advertise on email and social media, and then people email my mom. They let her know how many cookies they want, and then they donate my fundraising website. When the cookies are ready, we deliver them in a painted box so they look really special. This is our Valentine's box.
So cute.
And then the last one is online. We get a lot of people who make a donation straight on our online page without asking for cookies at all. So this one might be the best because cookies still, they take a lot of time.
And so we have a goal, right, for the Cookies for HAE fundraiser. Can you tell us what it is?
Yeah, we're going to be raising $1,500, and then we're going to fund cool research into HAE. It's only a little bit more than my first goal, so I totally think we can do it. This money is going straight to HAE research.
So exciting.
I'm so excited to be part of the Cookies for HAE team, and I hope you'll join me. And now, let's do this!
Let's do this! I hope everyone who's watching is getting super excited about Cookies for HAE, but don't log off yet because we have more. But if you have any questions, this is how you can contact Dana directly. Thank you so much for this awesome presentation, Dana. I don't know if anybody's submitted any questions yet, but if you have any questions, please go ahead and submit them now. It looks like we do have a couple questions that came in. Let's see here. It looks like I'm not able to click it. But one of the questions is, what is your #1 selling cookie, Dana?
Probably actually the M&M ones. People love M&Ms.
Awesome. And what do you do with the leftover cookies?
Well, we eat them or we save them if another cookie pop-up or cookie drive is coming up soon.
Sounds like a good plan. So as we keep going, if anyone here begins to think of more questions, please go ahead and submit them using the Q&A icon at the top of your screen, and we will get to them as soon as we can. In the meantime, I'm going to keep going, and we'll come back with more questions for you, Dana. So I'm super excited to announce that for HAE Day, which is May 16th, the HAEA is asking you, our community members, to join our Cookies for HAE Day, HAE team. Now, HAE Day may seem like a long ways away. May 16th is a little bit down the road, but we're actually starting this campaign on Rare Disease Day, which is February 28th. So we're asking you to get involved with Cookies for HAE anytime between February 28th and May 16th. And just to make it easier for you to get involved, we've created our very own fundraising page. So if you're looking for information about Cookies for HAE, I have put together a step-by-step guide to guide you every step of the way. All of Dana's tips and tricks, her recipes, and information about our fundraising page is all in this how-to guide. It's a very comprehensive, complete step-by-step guide that is available to you, and I'll provide you with information in just a minute on how you can get the guide so that you can follow it step by step if you'd like that support. So we've set up this fabulous fundraising team, and this is our web address right here. It's fundraise.haea.org/cookies for HAE. And so to join our team, we've created the Cookies for HAE team. You have the opportunity here to create your own fundraising page with your own story and your own photo. So you'll visit our website, you will click Join Team, and from there, you'll create your page. You're gonna set a personal fundraising goal. We recommend to start with a $200 goal. If you wanna go less, you can go less. If you wanna go more, you can go more. It just depends on how ambitious you are and how many cookie pop-ups you wanna host. We would recommend that you set the end date to May 16th, 2020, and write something fun in your headline that reflects you. Maybe incorporate your name or the city you live in. For example, Team Abby is raising money for HAE research. You can make a note that you are fundraising for research and create an optional unique URL. And then once you click next, you can customize your photo, and voila, you have a fundraising page. But before you finish, you need to answer just a few questions so that your fundraising page can have all of the most important information about you. And once you click finish, you're gonna come up with this fabulous little page where you can personalize your story. And once you actually create your page, you can go up to the top right hand of the screen and click manage. Once you do that, your whole page, you'll be able to edit everything on your page. You'll be able to create an overview, a story, personalize your story. And again, like Dana said, sell your story. Why is HAE research important to you? Why is raising money for research something that you're passionate about? How has HAE affected your life? And why should other people care? So make sure that you really share your personal story, because each one of you has a really important story to share. So we hope that you use this platform as an opportunity to share your personal story. And you can also use this platform to communicate with your donors. So once you go to emails, each of you can click on these email templates. It's going to come up with kind of a generic email template that you can customize, or you can use the one that they provide. We'll also provide in our how-to guide some email examples and templates that you guys can copy if you'd like. But it's definitely up to you how you want to communicate with your donors and supporters. But we definitely recommend you sending emails out to let people know that you're doing this Cookies for HAE event, and make sure that you thank them if they donate or contribute or support you. You can even ask them to simply share your page on their social media pages so that more people can become aware of what you're doing. So I hope that you guys are all ready to get involved and host your own Cookies for Pop-Up event. The most important thing, well, first of all, you can email me, Lisa, at haea.org to get your step-by-step guide. We have this fabulous resource that's all designed, that's going to guide you every step of the way. And of course, I'm always here to provide support and feedback if you need it. But the most important thing to remember about this event is that you got to have fun. While you are raising money for an excellent cure, this is a fun way for you to give back to the HAE community and to get involved in HAE awareness. Not only will you be raising money for research, but you'll also be raising awareness in your community about HAE and telling people about your condition who may not otherwise have an opportunity to learn about it. This is always a good thing, and it creates a great awareness about HAE. So we're super excited to invite you, our community members, to join us for this super fun and fabulous HAE Day fundraiser. But Dana, I have a couple more questions that came in for you. All right, let me pull them up. So the first question is, how do we tell people where we will be selling cookies?
I do it on social media. So I have a social media page, and so I post it there.
So you tell people where you're going to be and how they can find you. Awesome. So another question that came in, how can I get the guide to start doing my Cookies for HAE event? So that's something I can answer. You guys can email me at lisa@haea.org. We will also be creating a DIY event fundraising resource. And in that resource, there will also be a link to the step-by-step guide, but I'm happy to provide it to you directly if you email me at lisa@haea.org. Or if you don't remember my email address, you can post it on one of the HAEA social media pages, and I will make sure that I send it to you. Additionally, one other person wrote here, how can I say when people, so what do I say when people ask about what is HAE on my Cookies for HAE event? Does the HAE have materials that I can share to raise awareness? So this is an excellent question. And I'm gonna go ahead and start, Dana, and then you can tell a little bit more about what you do to talk about the diseases. So the HAEA definitely has resources and all kinds of handouts that we can send to you. That's going to be included in our step-by-step guide about how you can get those resources. We have infographics and little information sheets about HAE. However, I think Dana can tell you that she's created these wonderful little handouts and the things for the top of your money box, right?
Yes, so the handouts are here. We have a little picture of cookies, and then we do about cookies for HAE, and then this tab will tell about cookies for HAE and you, and then the back will be about your disease.
So that was kind of a resource, like a handout that you created on your own, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you want to be creative and come up with something on your own, we definitely recommend that you do that. But if you want the HAEA support and coming up with some text for one of the sides all about HAE, we can help you come up with that as well. But again, I think that Dana really emphasized the importance of telling your personal story. So you might want to think about what your personal HAE story is so that you can write it out and include it on a handout, just like what Dana hands out. And you said that you actually go out and give that to people who don't come up to your table, right?
Yeah.
Just so that they can learn about the disease and then they can approach you guys if they're interested.
So like in a grocery store, we'll usually be not like we'll usually be so there are 2 doors usually, and so like we'll run around and ask people to come to our cookie pop-up.
Perfect. Wonderful. So I think that that was all the questions that I got in. Is there anything else that you would like to add that you didn't cover, Dana?
I think I covered everything.
I think you did an awesome job. Thank you so much, Dana. We're so excited to have you, providing your insight, your guidance, and support for Cookies for HAE. It's such a pleasure. We're so thankful to have you here. You did a fabulous job. And I just want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming to the webinar. Again, please feel free to reach out to me so that I can give you that step-by-step guide on how to host a fundraiser. Dana actually wrote most of the steps herself with the help of her mom, just so that you guys can have a full idea and step-by-step guide on how to run a successful pop-up. So thank you again, Dana, and thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. We're looking forward to a really, really successful HAE Day fundraiser. And as one, we may not be able to reach $1,500, but together, I know that we can do it. So join our Cookies for HAE team, help us raise money for HAE research, and so that we can reach our $1,500 fundraising goal.